It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we'll get to see the Eagles' superstar tight end. Third in the league in catches this season and ready for more this week. It's the Eagles and the Saints, and it's coming right up on Madden NFL 23.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
There's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Completes this one to Meredith. 2nd down and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Hands it off out of the gun. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now they'll run on the draw. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
A loss of a yard on the play. Brings up
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 93 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
2 yards on the pickup there. And 3rd down and 6 to go. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. 2nd and 2. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, yeah, give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy hit a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
You're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken,
does,
correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
Now they go screen. It's complete. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. And Charles, you look at this defense. They were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. On 2nd down now, it's Bass. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last two plays, both losses. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded just inside the 20. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, first and 10.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Bass. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The last run got 6, now second and 4.
The Eagles at 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 right at the 40.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line. The third down conversion successful, a gain of 11. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Bass. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the ball is smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. He'll try again. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Point after here coming up. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Bass, and nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down now, it's Bass. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Up the middle they go. Bass, and he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Bass, and he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a handoff up the middle. Bass trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The Saints on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender, because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you'll get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, it's Page trying to run inside, but nothing there. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up
Back to throw.
And 7.
And that will be incomplete.
The pass on 3rd down. Intended for his running back out of the backfield.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
They'll run on first down. It's Bass. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
1 yard gain. Brings up
On second down now. It's Bass. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 95 yards rushing for now on 17 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Bass. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Back to throw now on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. And defensively they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2nd down and 3. Ball on the 7. They'll set up a throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Eagles!
Touchdown.
A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
So that drive in total 8 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
The pass on second down.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That one caught. It's Meredith.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. The Cowboys had too much talent to finish the way they did, as a Week 17 victory can only get them to 6-10 with one game to go. Next, we'll visit the other team in Texas as we head down I-45 to check on the Texans at home in Houston. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. The Patriots looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Jets seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And a big part of their success on the scoreboard is their success in the running game. Over 100 yards as a team in those first two quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Saints, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The final two quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
And able to get this out to the 25.
The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Bass.
The pass, complete to number 19. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 41-yard line.
On second down, it's Bass. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
107 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
It's a gain of 6. And it's third down.
So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of 9 yards.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They go play action here on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Bass. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. First and 10.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it's second down.
It's now second and 6 at the 7-yard line.
Back to throw again. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but it left him no room to run as he goes straight out of bounds. They'll look to throw again. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. And his kick is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now.
Well, they picked up right where they left off from the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible, let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible. But this possession is an empty one.
That's good for the Saints. First down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And across the midfield, stripe into Eagle territory.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line.
2nd and 5. Gets it to Meredith, complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of a yard.
They'll drop to throw.
2nd and 9.
And that's going to be incomplete. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
Third down and 9 yards to go.
He'll look to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Sideline and incomplete. Results in the 4th down.
He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and they will remain well behind.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They run the counter. Bass. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up.
They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Bass. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
And the Saints, first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Number 7.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
31. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Back to throw here. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Forced to the ground and incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. He'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
That's another Saints first down.
On first down, Page taken down at the 30.
Ball carried by number 10. Brought down at the 30-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Incomplete.
The first down pass. Incomplete. Intended for his running back. Brings up
an incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Touchdown! From 19 yards away.
And the Saints are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now down to 20. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Bass. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
146 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bass, and tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35. On 2nd down now, it's Bass. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. I mean, in the 4th quarter, this is when coaches have had the running game. They breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll run on 1st down. Bass. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2nd and 11. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Logan Wise called out to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
A 7-yard gain brings up 4th down.
So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Completes this one to Meredith. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
And the Saints, 1st down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
This is unbelievable.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making a tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up
2nd and 1.
At the Eagles' 32-yard
Now they go screen. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Throw left side complete. That's Page.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. 27 yards. They'll try and throw for it. And the Saints are able to cut into that deficit.
So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On first down, it's Bass, and he'll bring this one inside the 35. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bass, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Up the middle they go. It's Bass, and he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and then trying to hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. And he fires one that's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
So a 4th-quarter pick-6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick-6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Extra point forthcoming. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Saints coming out now to take the field.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Back to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And out of bounds right around the 20.
Out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
They'll look to throw again.
Second and 6.
Escape. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Looking left side, and it's complete.
That's good.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Eagles,
they moved to 9-7 on the year with one game remaining.